American government are only too happy to wash their hands of MacAskill and of this whole situation, and they're hoping that it will go away. I mean, I would like to ask how many people convicted of murder serving time in Scottish prisons are let go under compassionate release. This is a man who was convicted of murdering 270 people, and it is perfectly possible for him to be treated in a compassionate manner in prison
Bernstein,
for his
I'm very
illness.
sorry to interrupt you. If you could just pause for a couple of moments, we will come back to you in just a few minutes' time. And as that plane touches down there, let's get more now from Stephanie Bernstein, who we were talking to a few moments ago, whose husband Michael died in the Lockerbie bombing in 1988. I'm very sorry that we had to interrupt you before, Stephanie Bernstein. You were telling us that you do not think this is the right decision and that you are in fact very
Absolutely
angry.
not. And excuse me, but listening to the audio here about what's going on at the prison shows us exactly why this is the wrong thing. He is going to be escorted. I think your correspondent said something like an official farewell ceremony. He's flying back to Tripoli on Gaddafi's private plane, and he's going to be greeted like a hero by Gaddafi. When MacAskill talked about showing compassion and mercy, this is weakness. This is how it will be seen by Gaddafi. This is how it will be played within Libya, and this is how it will be seen by every single person who wants to do harm to people all over the world. It will be seen as weakness because that's precisely what it was.
He returns to Libya, a convicted man though. His appeal process is dropped.
That does not matter because he, as a convicted prisoner, should have served the rest of his sentence in jail. If we were talking about bin Laden or one of bin Laden's henchmen in that jail, would you and I be having this discussion? I don't think so. So what is different about this man? What is different about this man is that he carried out the bombing as an agent of Libyan security, and Libya is a country where there is oil, where there are business relationships to be had, as you indicated with Mandelson, with your Commerce Secretary, and also Gaddafi's son has met with Prince Andrew, from what I understand. And American companies are also back involved. The United States is about to consider selling military equipment to Gaddafi. The real winner in this is Muammar Gaddafi. And I think that Kenny MacAskill should be ashamed. And I think it's a sad day for the people of Scotland, for the people of the United Kingdom, and for the people of the United States. If a mass murderer is allowed to go free, which in essence he has, there will be celebration in the streets of Tripoli when he returns.
Kenny MacAskill said that he did understand that al-Megrahi showed no compassion or comfort to his victims, but justice must be served, but at the same time mercy must be shown.
You can't, no, that's a false dichotomy. That's a false dichotomy. And if Kenny MacAskill really had guts, and if he really was committed to justice, he would have done the right thing and kept MacAskill in jail.
Do you feel that justice has been done in any way?
Justice was done when MacAskill was convicted, but justice has been abrogated by the release of this man. No matter how long he lives, he should have served the rest of his sentence in prison.
Because here in the United Kingdom there was some discussion about the safety of al-Megrahi's conviction. Is that in any way under discussion in the States?
You know, that's a separate issue, and it's been conflated with this issue of compassionate release. I don't think there's anyone involved with this horrible, horrible case over the last 20 years who believes that MacAskill acted alone. I don't think there's anybody who says that they believe MacAskill acted alone. However, by sending him back, we've removed our opportunity to find out anything we might have been able to find out from him. Perhaps a deathbed confession. Now he's safe back in the arms, or he will be, of Gaddafi, where no more truth will ever be found. And the British families who talk about an inquiry, the British government is not going to have an inquiry. The Scottish government is not, and our government is not. Everybody wants this to go away. And Kenny MacAskill allowed himself to be used in that today. And it's very sad. My husband was a prosecutor. My husband was a prosecutor who prosecuted Nazis who entered the United States illegally, and many, many years after the fact. And these were not the Hitlers, these were not the Himmlers. These were low-level people like MacAskill, but they were no less guilty.
So what
and
next for you?
Until we're committed to justice, we don't have a shot at having peace. So and what's happened today has been a miscarriage of justice.
And where do you go from here?
There's no place to go from here. That's the whole point. Our government has promised under every administration before the Obama administration that this was an open investigation. The White House issued a statement today deeply regretting what does this mean and not making any comment about continuing an investigation, having an open criminal investigation. So this says to me that after today, this is over. And I think there should be a discussion. I think there should be additional criminal investigation, but that will not happen. And Gaddafi, when he comes to the General Assembly next month, this is the 40th anniversary of his coming to power. He has MacAskill back. He's consolidated his power. And your government and my government have assisted in that. And shame on everybody.
Stephanie Bernstein, we will leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Poll. Should MacAskill, convicted of the Lockerbie bombing, be freed? Yes, free him. He was only following Gaddafi's orders, and we need the Libyan oil deals, so just forget it. Profits before justice. Or, no, keep him locked up. If Gaddafi wants to come in from the cold, he can share MacAskill's prison cell. Discuss with me, Peter Dow, and other viewers of this video by registering your own username account with the For Freedom forums.